walk me through the journey of like what your reasons were for moving to Japan. And then I need you to tell me like what was the first blatant sets of culture shock that you experienced upon moving to Japan.
Okay, I ended up coming to Japan. Like I said before, I studied in Shanghai. I got a scholarship to study there.
Okay.
And I had a friend, and the reason why it's important, I'll tell you in a minute. So basically, my friend called me up. This was back in the day. Bearing in mind, this was 11 years ago. We had the, you know, fake Nokias that pretended to be Blackberries. You know, like it was just ridiculous.
It was the what?
I had like a fake. I had a Nokia. It was real, but it was pretending to be a BlackBerry. I don't know if anyone ever had those ones.
I don't even know what that is.
It looks
what
like
is that?
It could have been a BlackBerry. Oh, do you know? You guys know BlackBerry?
Oh, Blackberries. Yeah, I know Blackberries. Yeah. What about them?
It was like a Nokia trying to be a BlackBerry, but it wasn't quite. It was still
got it. Okay.
Yeah. So we were still on the, you know, like the Motorola Nokia times. And my friend calls me up, and my gay friend, and the reason why he's gay is going to be important in a minute. And he calls me up and he's like, Liz, do you want to go out? And I'm like, babe, I've got an exam. And he's like, your exam's in Chinese. You're going to fail it. Come out. And I was like, yeah, to be fair, I could fail it and be miserable. I could go out and now I'm going to fail it, but at least I've had a good time. Priorities, right?
Okay. So that's one way to look at it.
I went out with my friend and some other friends, and this guy walks in, and my gay friend is absolutely stunning, and he goes, "Oh, that guy is good looking," and I was like, actually, it's not bad, you know.
He's not bad. He'll do.
And then I was like, oh no, my friend likes him, but I kind of like him. No. And then he went up to this guy, and he was like speaking to him, and the guy spoke Spanish, and my friend speaks Italian, but he also spoke Spanish as well, because my friend's one of those polyglots that can speak so many different languages.
Okay.
And so they were speaking Spanish, but bearing in mind this guy looks Asian, right? And he comes over to me, and I kind of slid over to him because I saw him go to my friend. No, thank you. No, like.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not into that.
Tried to shoot a shot.
He's like, I might speak a bunch of different languages, not that language.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I kind of slid over, like, well, you know. And then we exchanged numbers, and I found out it transpired that this guy was Japanese in China, which is a bit random, but anyway.
So this is a Japanese man in Shanghai.
In Shanghai.
In Shanghai,
in a salsa bar.
In a salsa bar, speaking Spanish to a man that spoke Italian, who happened to be gay.
Tell this story to my mom,
and you, like, as a bystander watching, who is a black woman who's originally from Jamaica/Miami that lives in the UK. Like, this is a whole confusing party that I'm nauseated by.
I'm confused.
Okay,
right?
So go on.
And so we exchanged numbers. It was really sweet, you know, really kind. And we exchanged numbers. And can you imagine? He didn't call me. And I was like, the cheek of it, the nerve this guy has.
Your accent is killing me. The nerve.
The nerve one has. It's absolutely shocking. And my friend, who's also Japanese, was like, no. We're shy people. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. So I sent this text message, you know, on my little wannabe BlackBerry phone. So I sent this text message, and it was something easy because this was pre-Google Translate. So I just sent, you know, I like you, like that in English, because I didn't know his English level. So
well, Spanish was great, but English is like whatever.
A language of dance, darling. And so we sent this. So I sent this text message, like, I like you. It didn't go through. So I kept pressing send, like send, unsent. So I'm like, what? And then as soon as I went out of my dormitory and I got better reception, it went send.
No, you look crazy.
I was like, shame on it. I was trying to play it cool, but anyway, so he replied, and on our first date, we went to a coffee shop, And we went to a salsa lesson after. But in the coffee shop, he had this big fat dictionary. Again, remember, it was pre-Google Translate.
Oh.
And he just went, I like you.
No!
Like,
That's the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, that's a very long conversation, though, with little said. But all right. Okay.
It was just like the language of love, you know? And we got to the Spanish class, not the Spanish class, sorry, but the dance class. And he said in Chinese, and I just started my Chinese lessons. He said in Chinese, you know, this is my girlfriend or friend. And I didn't know which one he said because there's a nuance in it. So I was trying to memorize, what did he say? What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? And then I got back to the dormitory and my friend, who was more advanced in Chinese than me at the time, was like, he said girlfriend. And we were all like, yeah.
This is after your first date, right?
Because I can't explain it, but even 10 years ago or so, people were just kind of more like, I like you or I don't. I can't explain it. It wasn't so.
Yeah. There's no ambiguity. There's no ambiguity.
Yeah.
Was that you think that was a reflection of the times, or was that a reflection of miscommunication, or was that a reflection of his particular culture?
I think it was a reflection of the times. Like, remember, you didn't have Tinder, you didn't have all these things. So if you saw someone and you liked them, of course it's not with everyone, but it was just, do you know what I mean? Like, I got you. Like, you're not bombarded with so many options that you're constantly
like juggling. So people are like, I like this one now, so what else is there to say? You know what I
mean? Exactly. Remember, there was no like, how can I put it? A lot of people still have the screen, like it was just not black and white, but you know what I mean? It was just like texting and
yeah.
You know
texting.
What I mean? It wasn't like, you know, although I did get a little shady iPhone from a guy down the road.
Oh, really?
Allegedly.
Okay.
But you know, it's back in the day. But what I mean is, it was just a bit purer. Like when someone texted you, it really meant something. Remember, you had to pay for those texts. Like,
yeah. Back in the day, a text was like 35 cents or something like that. Like, you better love this person because this conversation is gonna cost you $40.
Like we would have, like you have in the UK, we'd have like top up cards. So you'd have to top it up, and you had like let's say $10 and stuff like that if you went on a line rental, because in England we had pay as you go, and we also had line contracts. So if you're on pay as you go, then you really got to like someone
because you got to go and put money in a machine or give someone a certain amount of money in order to talk to a human. That's what now it's just so passive. It's coming out of your bank every month. You're just like, I have all these minutes. I remember the days where like you had to pay monthly, but you got a certain amount of minutes.
Right.
But during the 9 to 5 hours, right? A certain amount of minutes. But then you only had unlimited minutes at night after like 7 or 8 or something like that, depending on what plan you had. So like every love call, every romantic call happened after 7 or 8. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'd be staying up late at night talking to crushes like, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Oh, wait, I'm running out of minutes. I'll call you in the evening. Just hang up. You know what I mean? Like those days were wild. You know what I mean?
In the UK, it was more brutal because we had like contracts. So I was a T-Mobile girl. Shout out to T-Mobile.
Okay.
And, so we got free calls after 7 if you were on a plan from years ago. Like they tried to change the plan because people were just using too much of it. But if you met someone who was on Orange, which was another mobile phone contractor, you'd be like, I like you, but I like you,
but I don't like you like you. You know what I mean? I don't like you that much. You're an expensive endeavor. Damn, that's an insult. That's how it is, right? That's how it is with like Android and iPhones right now. Like people make fun of people who have like the green text. They're like, wait, I can't even see the 3 dots. I don't even know when you're thinking of me. Like that's weird.
That's true. But there was a bit of discrimination as well because like on Clubhouse, you could only get on it if you were iPhone. Initially.
Yes,
well, it was big initially because it took a long time.
Took a long time. Like I would have friends and be like, yo, you should get on Clubhouse. Like, oh, I can't find the app. I'm like, you have an Android? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. If people who know, yeah.
Yeah.
So you met your husband just really randomly through your gay friend who was trying to hit on him first, and now you are in a relationship with
Thank you, Tommaso. That's his name.
Tommaso. Thank you, my brother,
darling.
Yeah,
he's got children to my children actually. So.
He what?
He's the godfather, one of the godfathers to my children.
Got it.
Yeah.
And where does he live now?
Italy, but I think he's back in Shanghai. He's amazing because he does all the promotion for designer labels. So when I mean promotion, I mean when they have a big event, you know, when you see something and it's got the name and then it's got like, for example, you go to the event and you see the LED lights, you see the champagne and you see the stage and you see da-da-da-da. He's the event planner for all the designers. So he creates these amazing wonderlands, like literally he'll create an amazing wonderland for the designers to have that exhibition in. It's crazy. He's so talented.
That's what's up. But in regards to your relationship with your, I guess now husband, right?
Yeah.
So he is somebody that is Japanese, was living in Shanghai. That's where you met him. And you at the time were kind of like transient between Shanghai and the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I was studying in Shanghai because studying Chinese language.
Okay.
And then after that, we got married.
How long did it take for you to get married after meeting this stranger?
We got engaged within 11 months.
You got engaged in 11 months.
Darling, I don't doesn't like to brag, but you know.
Wait. So you met this person 11 months prior to your engagement. This person who was a complete stranger that was from another country.
Yeah.
Didn't even speak English or any language that you really spoke, and 11 months later you guys were engaged. Did he use a dictionary to propose?
No. Hey. That's how we just, I can't explain it. You know, when you can sit in someone's company and just, how can I explain it? When he would touch my hands, it would be electric because we didn't have that language connection. And I think it's I feel like we've become desensitized as we've gone along, especially maybe with technology and iPhones and so on and so forth, because we've just we tend to lose that kind of, you know, you just get kind of like the intangible.
Yeah, here's what I think it is. Let me see if I can put it into words for you. All right. You know how like there's this, I don't know if it's a theory, but there's this notion of like, if someone is blind, right?
The senses get heightened.
Yeah, all the other senses get heightened because it's like a not a defense mechanism, but it's like a survival mechanism.
Yeah.
Right? So in order for you to be more alert and more aware or whatever, just like if you lose your hearing, then you have to make sure you can see, you can read lips, see visual cues, sense of smell, and things like that. So I think if you're in a relationship with someone that doesn't speak your language, you will tend to pay attention to the non-verbals more because that's your only route.
Exactly.
Right? But because you don't hear the verbal, which is a common language, you're probably not tainted by all the other verbal toxicity or distractions. You're just focused on physical touch, you know, someone's smell, just them being there and being present, because some people, they can get away with shooting a text or getting on a phone call. They're like, oh, I spoke to you already, or I text you already. Versus like, if you don't even have that, now you're like, okay, I'm gonna go there and be with you. I'm gonna hold your hand. I'm gonna do things with you, and it's more intentional because you're losing a piece of what was normal for somebody else. I think that's what you're trying to say.
That's beautiful. You said it perfectly.
I'm a whole poet over here. You know what I mean? It's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
And it's exactly that. You get hyped up for them to try a new ice cream or something like that.
Exactly.
You know, we went to so many different places. There's a book called IQ84 or 1Q84, and it's by a Japanese author called Murakami, and it's really intense, it's really complicated, it's kind of fantasy fiction, but he couldn't explain that book to me. So he just hunted down the book. It's a Japanese book, but he hunted down the translation in English for me. And, that's so beautiful compared to someone going, oh, it's like this, it's like this, it's like this. He let me experience it. So for me, such reminisce. So for me, reminisce. So for me, it was really intense because it was about a feeling also. And then people would be like, he just wants his papers. I'm like, darling, he's Japanese. Do you know the Japanese have the #1 passport in the world now? I want my papers. No, that was a joke.
I didn't know that. But but they were saying he wants his papers to which country though? Because you were kind of bouncing around.
London, darling, London, UK.
Oh, got it. I don't know. You're like a nomad out here.
Yeah, because they couldn't understand why this guy would be interested in me. They were like, it has to be for something.
Why wouldn't you understand it? Why didn't you think?
Not me. I'm talking about other people.
Oh, they didn't understand why they were interested in you.
They assumed it must be something sinister, or it must be something strange, or it must be something untoward, because they were like, now with K-pop and J-pop and all these things, it's, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bit bitter, and the reason why I'm bitter, darling, is because 11 years ago I was getting it. That sounds wrong. I was going to say getting it up.
Wait, what does that mean? You were getting what, Liza?
I'd blush if I could. No, I was really going for it because people are like, an Asian guy, that's disgusting. Da, 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 da. And now because of J-pop and K-pop, those same girls are like, oh my gosh, Asian guys are so cool. They're so sexy. I'm so interested. And I'm like, no.
In which country are they saying this?
It's all over the world. Do you not know there's like a big Asian male black women, like, I can't say revival.
Not in the United States, not that I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, there is. Once you've got a Japanese husband, you find these little, maybe you could say subcultures. Yeah, it's a big thing now because you have to look at like BTS and K-pop and J-pop, and now everyone's more willing to be open-minded to other cultures, and everyone's always had an affinity to Japan. I feel, like Japan's always had that little bit of cool that everyone's been interested in, and there's always been a subculture of people who've always been interested in it, but they couldn't say they were because at that time it wasn't seen as cool. But now it's become so cool, it's almost hipster, and it's a shame because those people who are originally interested in it are now being put under like a hipster label, and
got it.
But they had a genuine love for it.
I haven't personally like witnessed that type of like, attraction to that culture, like here in the United States, like in the way that you described. But maybe I need to pay more attention. I don't know. Maybe, but that's not like